Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
It's Keith and the Girl episode. Take a guess, Chemda. Just take a guess.
Oh man, 3570 because I'm looking at it.
Okay, that
I
cheated. Correct. 3,570. This week is Silent Trailers Week, by the way. You know that. Keith and the Girl VIP members, you have a ticket in your email. It's already there. Boom. If you don't see it, check your dashboard, keithandthegirl.com/VIP. If you're not a VIP member, I don't know what to tell you. Become one today. Get a ticket to the Silent Trailers event on Saturday, keithandthegirl.com/VIP. All right? Backstage passes available for a limited time as well. Get tickets and info to this Saturday's Silent Trailers live virtual game show at keithandthegirl.com/tickets. You've heard us talk about it. It's the greatest game show ever made. Kanda, how are you feeling health-wise? I didn't even think about it. I don't hear anything in your voice, I think.
We are now both testing negative. We are a negative COVID household. You can still hear the leftover COVID in my voice, but I'm much better. Thank you for asking. And thank you all for being here live on YouTube. Hit that smash button, right? It's a smash button?
You smash the like button.
No, I said it right. Hit
the smash button and punch it. Piss on it,
flick it, smack it up, rub it, flip it out.
I see. When people are talking about all the excitement of deep space, Chemda, are you like, well, first of all, assholes, why are you even leaving your apartments?
Now, I'm not as deep as you, so I didn't catch that very wonderful thought. I just thought this is something that is technologically very advanced, and it's so advanced that I don't even know how to participate in the excitement of it.
A French scientist posted a picture of a whole new galaxy we haven't even seen before. You see all these circles and these ovals, and then a third word for circles. And it's very exciting. And he posted one, and people are like, this is the most beautiful one yet. I understand the complexity and the beauty, and it gives me purpose. And what he really posted was a chorizo, just a slice of a sausage. And people think they can see the swirly gases in the fat.
Now, was he being funny?
Yes,
because it's funny.
He wasn't confused. He understands it was his sausage.
Okay, well, it's kind of mean and bullyish. It's like, hey, I'm so smart, so you're gonna trust the information that I put out as a smart person telling you smart things, and you played us. It wasn't even April Fools. We didn't even have like a heads up or anything.
I enjoyed that. If I saw it, I would have been like, yeah, that's real. Okay, But if you're somebody like my good buddy Craig, who immediately sends it to me and goes, another beautiful thing. Is it still dumb? And I go, that's charcuterie. That to me is very, very funny.
And see, that's what happens when scientists try to do funny and when funny people try to do science. It's not mixing well, you guys. That's it.
Craig sent me a thing on dark matter. It goes, here, funny guy, this is what they're finding in deep space. And I go, okay, how about you just explain this YouTube video to me? He's like, I don't even know if I could explain it. Not Craig Klein, the scientist. He doesn't even know if he could explain it.
Why is Craig still trying?
Black matter. Dark matter.
Who do you think tries more with you? Who do you think has tried more with you in life? Craig or your ex-wife?
Craig gaslights me.
But in terms of how do I understand this person named Keith? I think Craig deserves a lot of credit. But the thing is sometimes he does it wrong. He's like, I'm trying to understand Keith, so I'm going to pretend like the parts that I don't like about him are not true. Like, he doesn't like that you like Limp Bizkit.
He doesn't believe that I mean it.
So he doesn't believe it. That's the thing. It's like, if I don't like that Keith likes Limp Bizkit, I will stop believing that a friend that I can respect will say words like, I like Limp Bizkit. That's Craig's MO.
So right now he's upset. Well, I should be upset.
There's no way you can't enjoy space like this. Otherwise, you guys can't be friends. So in his mind, you will enjoy space so you can continue being friends.
And you will hate Limp Bizkit. You will be into dark matter. You know how that would change everything, guys. That'd be awesome. Let's think about that for a second. Dark matter. Wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be great?
Mimi saying Craig loves Keith so much, but it is hilarious that they're friends sometimes.
Craig doesn't love me. Craig loves this made-up Keith, Kevin, who doesn't like Limp Bizkit, who loves the movie Mother, just won't admit it, and who is enamored by deep space and existentialism. That doesn't need to be explained because it's so deep it probably can't.
That more describes his friend. Wow.
Right?
All right, Kevin.
That's what he's hoping. That's who he's hoping I am. So he doesn't like the real me. He likes this something that he drew in his notebook as a kid.
Well, you can't be the thing that Craig wants you to be, because then we have to change the show title and a bunch of logo situations.
You see him in the chat, our Wednesday chat room, keithandthegirl.com/chat. We show up 8:30 Eastern time. We'll have a fake argument about who gives a shit about space, and dark matter's going to not make you have to go to work next week. But then, like half hour later, right? He goes, "Okay, but seriously, Keith, seriously."
Because you're having a fake argument with Craig. We're watching Craig's heartbreak over and over again. Like he is like, he's gonna call, right? And we're like, no, Kevin doesn't call. Okay.
No, Kevin doesn't call.
No, he's not going to call. It's like, well, we're friends. He's gonna call. He's not gonna call. But I put out, he's gonna call. He's not gonna call. But he paid for the meal. He's not gonna call. Kevin's an asshole like that, Craig.
But is it interesting that you sought out this Kevin? You attract, but you...
See, and that's how you remain friends. Now Craig is blaming it on himself, and now you're back. I see what happens.
But okay. I'll be like, yeah, but I do like Limp Bizkit. Okay.
Oh my God.
Seriously, you don't though, right?
Mimi's on fire today. Craig is just a boy standing in front of another boy hoping he will care about space.
This meat looked good. I'll tell you that much. I guess if the moon's made out of cheese, then there's got to be a universe out there where something's super sat.
Are you sure that the scientist wrote that this is some outer space thing, or did he write this is how the sausage is made? And then because he's a scientist, people went too far with it.
I only read the headline. It's a turn of phrase. It's actually a star of shit. Okay, great. By the way, those of you that are into this telescope and how exciting it was, and you were creaming all over the place, and now that you washed down your house and car from all the jizz, what's different? What did you learn? I'd love to be part of it.
Don't you dare answer that. If you love yourself at all, don't you answer Keith, and don't you look in his eyes right now. If you're watching live, do not do it. This is a trick.
Please tell me, Quag. Big sad news. Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson are over.
Honestly, if they can't make it, it's done for everybody. I don't even know how to live anymore. This was a couple made in heaven. They got together, and we can only see it through a telescope. That's how star-studded this is. Wow. So weird.
It says on the top of a news article I see, 9 months and done for hot goss duo. Hot gossip, of course. I say, of course. First time I read it, I thought it said for hot gross duo. I'm like, well, that's rude. He's doing his best. You can't help
true. That would be rude.
Kanye West put out an obviously fake newspaper, but it says the New York Times, Skeet Davidson dead at age 28 is the headline. From Kanye West.
Which one is the adult?
Right.
Skeet Davidson. Again, I get it. Kanye, you have so much talent, but maybe not this.
So picture, that's got to be I'll get into whatever fake bullshit they're putting out in the press. But I picture Pete if I was Pete and then I see I'm getting Skeet Davidson dead, who cares? But, eventually it gets annoying. And the death threats that Kanye, put out or, shat on him to get people to send death threats. And then you see they're back together. They're going to. They're going to be back together walking hand in hand in public. Would it be like, God damn, I know it was only 9 months, but that's the ex who threatened me and Skeet Davidson. And like, yeah, we just, that's the father of my child, and you and me were just a summer thing. You know that.
And this Pete Davidson, I think, the character that he does on SNL, where there's like a hot woman in front of him and she's like, um, I really think we should have sex. And he's like, okay. And he's naked.
Right.
But I'm having second thoughts. Okay. And he's fully clothed.
Right.
But I'm really attracted to you. Okay. And he's naked. But I'm not sure if we're good. Okay. And that's what I think. I think it came from his personality.
Yeah, I do.
I think he's like, we're broken up. Okay. You know, Kanye's threatening me. Oh, Skeet Davidson. I don't think it would make the SNL cut, but good on you. You know, I'm not trying to rap, so I'm not going to criticize your funny making ability, I guess. What else can you say? It's Kanye West and he's calling you Skeet Davidson. Okay.
I do picture Kanye West like giggling like a kid. Like, put Skeet Davidson dead at age 28 because of the marriage. And then somebody else is like, I mean, because of their breakup. But he's not dead. No, this is good. This is good. Dead at age 28 because the relationship's over, so he's dead. Yeah, but it's not really. So he's dead. Get it? Okay, I got it. I get it. And then at the bottom of the paper, rate Kid Cudi meant to play funeral, but fearful of bottle throwers. Oh, because Kid Cudi went to take Kanye's place at some show, and they threw water bottles at him, so Kid Cudi left, and still you, Kanye, came to the show after all on somebody else's set. Yeah, that's it. Okay, all right. And Kid Cudi scared of water bottles at that funeral. All right, sounds good. And you know he's just giggling.
I imagine this is part of the mental instability that he's going through still, because I don't see a 40-something-year-old man of several children behaving like this at a 28-year-old who, you know, is dating your ex. Someone's going to date your ex. Who cares?
This is, I like all the tattoos. Not only does he have tattoos of Kim or a branding of Kim, he has the kids' initials minimum on him.
Yeah, but he thinks that's his diary. Like, that's just that year, you know?
Where do I gotta be Thursday? And he looks under his armpit.
He's got to remember his timeline, you know? It's fine. Like, next year he'll have something else. It's which one of his tattoos is that precious?
Sources are saying it's the age difference that caused the split. They finally shared something about themselves, and each of them couldn't believe it. He's 28 and she's 41. And they're just at very different places at the moment, says an insider.
Yeah? You're way inside.
He's at his place and she's at her place. And they're at different places.
Didn't he live with his mom right before this?
Right.
I think they are at different places.
Yeah, that was never a turn on. Just because the whole audience is laughing when you put it in a skit doesn't mean like it's really cute in real life.
But he lives with his mom and she is the mom of her house. So he moved from one mom to another.
Pete is totally spontaneous and impulsive and wants her to fly to New York or wherever he is on a moment's notice. Now, look, I'm not necessarily taking anybody's side, but it is fun to guess. And I'm guessing Pete would read this and be like, do you really think that's what it was? I don't understand that she's a mom and has to be home sometimes. I go fly on over, and when she can, I get angry.
I don't know, but yeah, of course he can say flying over. What are his responsibilities? That is his life, and that's why you enjoyed his company for a while. It's fine. But everybody understood.
Right. But Kim has 4 kids, and it isn't that easy. She needs to focus on the kids. I don't know if you know anything about single moms, but they kind of like more people.
Yeah, I get that she's a single mom, but I think the single moms listening to this are like, there's a difference between me and Kim Kardashian as a single mom. She's not a single anything.
Right. The source also tells us that Kardashian, who runs multiple businesses, was, quote, totally exhausted by this relationship and other things in her life.
Yeah. Man, divorce is hard.
If Pete's with a normal, will he just be bored shitless? Because this was only 9 months. This is a regular dating thing that you and I would go through.
I don't think it matters who Pete's with. He is Pete all day. He gets to be Pete all day. He wants to hang out. He's hanging out. If you're a regular, he'll fly you out if you can have the time. He's just Pete. He's 28-year-old millionaire, fun boy. I don't want to call you a fuck boy, but you've been called a fuck boy. I think you enjoy it. I think this is how fun your life is. And yes, she lives a different life, but didn't you have fun together?
I wonder if he found out the same time I did. That's all.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that could be. That could be.
For more information, follow my dating on Hulu tonight at 8 p.m.
You have heard of that, right? Like celebrities sometimes hear when the other person is being interviewed and they're like, yeah, so we broke up. And it's like, oh, guess we broke up.
Right. You got to listen to like Pink's album and be like, oh, that's me. And I guess we're done. And she's very specific about our Friday date is off. Okay. Guess that's not just poetry. When we kissed, Kardashian said at one time, I was just like, it was a stage kiss on SNL, but it was still a little zing. And then later she says, I was like, wow, I haven't really kissed anyone else in 10 years, so maybe I'm just like being stupid and it's nothing. It's just a stage kiss.
Oh, that doesn't make anybody who's dating an actor feel good at all. It's like, no, of course I'm not feeling anything. It's actually awkward. You're in front of people. They're telling you how to tilt your head. It's disgusting. It's so gross. And it's like, well, actually, I felt it while we were in rehearsal. Then again, double when we were on stage. What?
Khloe Kardashian, the sister, had a mystery private boyfriend. But, she still must have talked about him. Private equity investor. They have parted ways. Khloe and the private equity investor broke up, saying things just fizzled out between them. I couldn't help but wonder, like, is it a plot on an upcoming Kardashian episode? Like, okay, we're all going to be single. Okay, but you have a bigger thing with Pete going. Yeah, not really. It's a show we do.
Maybe.
Okay, then yeah. Let's all break up for a weekend. Fuck it.
Maybe.
We can't tell them because, he's a comedian. He talks. Okay, all right, no problem. Okay, good night. They have this talk upstairs in their different bedrooms. Pete's still downstairs waiting. Good night, Khloe. Good night, Jim Bob. Good night, Sue. Good night, Peggy. And then all the lights go off upstairs, and he's just left downstairs like, okay. And the end.
Okay.
Dear Keith and Kenta, I'm female, 34. This is Elin. Female, 34 from Norway. I have a problem at the moment that I'm hoping can get your insights on.
Oh my God, why do I love problems? I got so excited at this idea.
About a year ago, is that ever a thing? Like, did you, with all your studies about the brain, is that a thing? Like, people that love to problem solve, what's their problem?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah?
Oh, yeah. I gotta calm down.
Is it just so what? Are people paying attention to their own problems?
Yeah, I think focusing on other people's problems is a way to not focus on your own. But I've been focusing on my own, so I've accumulated enough credit to bother with this person's problem. So we're safe.
After a year ago, I broke up with my boyfriend.
After a year ago?
About a year ago. Excuse me. About a year ago, I broke up with my boyfriend. We share a 5-year-old daughter. 6 months ago, I started dating again and met a guy that I fell for and started a relationship with. However, the new boyfriend can't seem to accept the relationship me and my ex have. You see, me and my ex are real good in the sack. And the main problem is...
Stop it. Okay.
Even though the breakup was tough, me and the ex have done our best to put our daughter first and to keep doing things together for her sake. It was also easier for us to transition into being only friends as we never had a romantic or physical relationship during our 14 years together, as sex for me was always painful.
Except for 6 years ago, right?
He can, well, she's like, I can tell this new guy not to, doesn't hurt me too much. Anyways, now here's what she says, though. I wrote to you about this issue some years back, and to quickly give an update, after you talked about it on the show, I saw a comment on the forums by Pumpkin where she said that particular issues sometimes could be related to birth control. I gave it a try, switched to non-hormonal birth control, and after that, there is no more pain.
Wow.
So big shout out for changing my life through the forums.
Shout out to Pumpkin.
Shout out to the ex who's going to be like, okay, how about now? But for some reason, that time has passed. Even though the issue was solved, it was too late for me to start a physical relationship with my ex as the feelings and attraction was not there. Well, everyone's loss.
That's a lot to deal with.
Me and the ex still do things together with our daughter, go to a theme park, have a Sunday night dinner, etc. from time to time. Maybe we'll belly up to the bar. Fuck you drunks if you can't handle a 5-month-old watching mommy slam some blanc. Oh, all right. Interesting. The new boyfriend thinks that I'm spending too much time with the ex and that it's a major red flag for him, even though I've explained to him that it's only for my daughter. Well, that's the red flag. I mean, come on. He would prefer that I only saw the ex during pickups or other mandatory stuff. He has a daughter himself and has a bad relationship with the mother, for what that's worth. He has not yet met my ex or my daughter, as we both... See, that's interesting, too. Like, he doesn't get along with the mother of the daughter he has.
Of the kid that he has, whatever sex.
Right,
yeah.
right. Mm-hmm. But then if you're projecting anything, I would assume that you and your ex don't really get along either, and you're doing what you have to do. Which the second part is true. You're just doing what you have to do. But instead, what? Instead, you're jealous. But why? Based on your situation, you can easily imagine nothing's going to be there. If she says it, you have to believe her.
I could see that that's a lot of things to do together with the kid. You don't have to raise this kid together. You got divorced. You have to raise them together in the decisions, but you don't have to like physically always go to the theme park together or physically always go somewhere together. That is a little odd. But also what's odd is 6 months into the relationship, this dude is that deep into let me get into your
family.
Yeah, like don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
He has not yet met my ex or my daughter, as we both want to wait as long as possible before doing those introductions. When I spend time with my ex, it's always because I have my daughter, so he wouldn't be able to come over anyways. His therapist tells him that I'm acting shady and validates his point of view. Well, my own therapist tells me that the daughter is lucky to have parents who can be around each other, even after a breakup, and for doing things together with her. Who's more right here? Well, yeah, that's the thing with these therapists, though. They're always on your side, your therapist. And, who knows how he's telling his therapist the story. But
you know what side is right? The kid side. Is the kid having a good life? Is this the way for the kid to transition into whatever's happening in their immediate family? Right. That's it. The rest, just be lucky to be around this person, and that's it. Adults don't have to be around you.
The new boyfriend.
Let the therapists fight it out.
Right. The new boyfriend's the asshole, right? We all agree?
Yeah, you can't really...
He wants his own family. Yeah. He wants his own family, but it's not. That's it. Now, do you want it? I wish Kyle's ex was around more. Maybe we could go out.
Yeah, but if Kyle's ex was around, right, and well, you're so deep into this relationship, it would be goofy. But in the first 6 months, if he's around and they are co-parenting together, they're also outnumbered. There's like 3 kids. So, right. One kid, if she's only exclusively doing things with the ex, with the kid, then maybe it's like, it should be of note. It's time to think about, taking them one at a time. That doesn't mean with the new boyfriend. Like, don't worry about being in this kid's life.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Lay off. If parents are getting, I don't know. If you're worried about it, then you're gonna be worried about it no matter what.
Yeah. What's a jealousy thing? It's that simple, right? The new guy.
It is because
you don't trust her. That's what it is.
You don't trust her, yeah, but not trusting. I don't know if that's jealousy. It's just not trusting. If this guy doesn't trust you, then he just doesn't trust you.
And nothing happened for him to not trust you. I mean, it's only been 6 months anyways.
Right. It's 6 months. You're an adult. You both have children. 6 months. It doesn't matter. You don't matter yet. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, let me say something to this new guy. Good luck. You don't matter yet. So if you're like, what's the problem? What do I do? Let me tell you something, Elin. It doesn't matter.
You don't matter yet.
It doesn't matter yet.
This isn't high school where 6 months is a whole semester and I can't believe it's like practical marriage. You're adults with children. It's 6 months. Amazing that you still get along.
You didn't even have to meet the kid yet and you're upset and it's 6 months.
Yeah.
Wait until there's teenage talk. Wait until there's teenage talk and real problems, and then the ex has to be involved.
Right.
Come on, Elin. Hey, Elin, congrats. You can party with the Kardashians this Thursday. Everybody's single. Don't worry about it.
Curtis is agreeing with you. Yay, rip it.
Of course. It's silly goose. I see that Bob Odenkirk is trending right now. Apparently, he was caught following a foot fetish site or two on Instagram.
Okay.
And he was embarrassed, so he went off the foot fetish site. But
we should all be embarrassed.
Right?
We should be embarrassed for not letting this. Enjoy the feet. Yes. Extra lean into it. Yes, it was a foot site. What is wrong with you? Oh my God, that anyone is enjoying feet in general. What the? Hooray for you. I don't know. I don't like it. I think they're always dirty no matter what. So good on you.
Do you watch Better Call Saul?
I watched the whole thing. Yeah, I started with Better Call Saul.
Does his character have a foot fetish?
Not that I know of. I don't remember.
Just checking.
No.
All right. Okay.
No, but his office is in the back of a manicure pedicure place.
Oh, okay. Just that part. Okay. That was his idea, believe me. All right. Had nothing to do with I'll do it, but what if it's off? Now picture this guy, right? He's not on the up and up. Okay. His office, get this. We could have laundromat, that'd be hard for the cameras to get around. Or a pedicure place. John Leguizamo is mad at James Franco. Not for all the rapes, but because James Franco has been cast as Fidel Castro. James Franco, Seth Rogen, his best buddy, even turned on him and said, "This is way too many rape stories. I'm not working with James Franco anymore." I would think that would be the end, but Henda reminds us every time. Who cares? No one.
Wait, yes.
And now James Franco is back to work, is what I mean.
Yeah, we should care, but we're not going to, and he's going to get whatever work he wants. Yeah.
John Leguizamo took to Instagram to complain about James Franco playing Fidel Castro. I know this is about, he's not Latino. Why is he playing a Latino person? At least it's a bad person.
No.
Like, who's this asshole? Exactly. He's an ass. He's a real asshole.
No, because haven't major A-list celebrities played Nazis?
Yeah, good. That I liked.
You do?
I'm looking into those people, yeah. Some of them are too fucking good at it. Let's see. John Leguizamo wrote, "How is this still going on? How is Hollywood excluding us, but stealing our narratives as well? No more appropriation, Hollywood and streamers. Boycott. This effed up. Plus, seriously difficult story to tell without aggrandizement, which would be wrong. I don't got a problem with Franco." I do. Keith Malley does. "But he ain't Latino."
I don't know why they keep doing this then. You can't find one? Why do you want it? It's because it doesn't matter. Fucking doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
But good job, John.
Elina of Cuba is going to be the name of the movie. It's in production August 15th. Elina is the illegitimate daughter of Fidel Castro. So it's going to be her side of the story, mostly, it looks like. The daughter, in real life, has Franco's support. It was supported by the real-life woman. Let's see. Leguizamo also advocates for Latino representation in Hollywood, telling People magazine in 2020, "We're less than 1% of the stories told by Hollywood and streaming media and networks when we're almost 20% of the population, 25% of the U.S. box office. I just feel like it's such a damage to kids not to see themselves reflected back in positive ways." Well, Fidel Castro's not going to do it, but yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Also, shouldn't the writers, the directors have this like some kind of tie to the history?
Yeah.
Right, because you're depicting it, you're part of the big picture, and you're the one who's feeding the actors. Shouldn't they be represented also?
I remember it was Ben Affleck and the Apples guy.
Matt Damon.
Project Greenlight, I believe, was on HBO, and they were helping, wannabe filmmakers be something. And then people said, "Hey, these movies that you're help supporting, none of them have any diversity." And you actually went out of your way to say there's going to be diversity. He's like, yeah. The guy holding the second camera, he's Asian. And he's just pointing all the backstage areas.
Oh, he's pointing out all his black friends.
Yeah. You're right. They set me up. Damn it. They set us up. They said it's not. And I said, you'd be surprised who head of catering is. Not who you think.
In fact, we had tacos this afternoon. Hello.
Right.
Do you think pizza came from where? Where? Immigration.
Conspiracy monger Alex Jones must pay the parents of a boy killed in the Sandy Hook. This is the story we told you the other day. 6-year-old killed in the Sandy Hook massacre. $4.1 million. Then they had the compensatory damages. Nobody knows how to pronounce it. Nobody's really sure what it is. But
that is a tough term.
But it has something to do with, it's so offensive what this asshole did. Add some bonus money onto that.
Oh,
well, the jury had no problem with that, being like, yeah, all the weirdness with his lies about his texts and him saying that the judge was into pedophilia. It's a little strange. The jury said, you know what, $45 more million to this.
Top of the four.
$45.2 million went to this family on top of the four.
To one family, you're saying? To
one family. To the parents happen to be separated, but yes.
Wow. I mean, like one kid, because there are tons of kids, right?
One kid, yeah.
Not tons, but.
Neil Heslin and Scarlett Lewis, separated parents of the slain 6-year-old Jesse Lewis, testified that following Jones harassed them and sent them death threats for years, and the false belief that they were lying about their son's death. Well, that's the thing, too, keep in mind.
Every time you say that, I'm like, what?
It's crazy.
What?
So you think, like, well, wouldn't the neighborhood know? Like, no, I know this kid. I've known him for 6 years in the neighborhood. I know the parents. I saw the parents pregnant. These are real people.
In fact, they all went to the same school.
Yeah, but so what this must mean, the neighborhood, anybody that falls for it in the neighborhood, it says, where's this kid then? He didn't really die there. I know there's a kid. I know your family's last name is real. Now, where's the fucking kid at?
Yeah, I think parents would be in a lot of trouble if their kids just disappeared.
Right. The court case was in Austin. That's where Alex Jones does his radio show InfoWars from. There'll be two more of these trials.
Now, there might be more, right? Because there were so many kids.
I would think
people I would think
it's not too late. Right. Alex Jones is worth almost $270 million that we know of, said the victim's family's lawyer. Please take in an amount that punishes him, an amount that ensures he never does this again.
That's it's so interesting that you could just say whatever you want at the end.
Yeah.
Like, we just had a trial, but look at his face. Look at his fucking face. Can you believe what he's been saying this whole time? Punish him. Here's how much money he has in the bank. Make sure it counts. That's like weird.
I'd say if you guys give me all his money, I'll give money out to the other family members. Right? Just give out all to me. Don't think. But Keith, there's other families. Just give it all now. You never know what weirdness can happen later. Give me all of it. But anyway, yeah, two more trials coming up. Let's see. Here's the two trials. One filed in Texas by the family of Noah Posner, 6, who was killed in Sandy Hook, and another in Connecticut filed by 8 families of the victims. All these families are like, oh, why did we put ours together?
Well, I imagine that his stupid program lumped certain kids in, and certain kids were mentioned by name a little bit more, and just even maybe even naturally, he just, maybe 3 kids just kept being repeated by him or something. I imagine that it's how much of his show got pointed in certain directions. Maybe,
I see. I can easily see that. Yeah, absolutely. Anne Heche was in a big car accident of her own doing.
Of her own doing. What words?
Meaning because I saw...
It's her fault. She's not a victim. She's a victim of herself.
It's her fault. You hear a car crash, you're like, whose fault is it? But you see celebrities like Alec Baldwin being one of the biggest ones saying all our praise and all our love and all our blessings to Anne Heche. She's the greatest. She's done great things. She's a brave person, and we wish her well. It's like, no. She was most likely drunk. She was the one going 100 miles per hour. She crashed into a garage drove away, crashed into somebody's house, set that house on fire.
Oh my God.
And then you look at the paper like, oh, we wish her the best. And it's not even like we wish she takes care of her demons. It's she's a great person and we hope she gets better.
Oh, like don't look over here.
Yes.
Look over there. Remember when you liked this person?
Yeah, so I could see that being a little much. Alec Baldwin is among stars who've been condemned for supporting Anne Heche while the actress crashed into a house after a 100-mile-per-hour joyride. In a video post on Instagram, Baldwin said that Heche is an amazing and talented woman.
Yeah,
and she asked his fans to send their support and love. She's in the hospital, expected to live. Hey, I just want to send out my best wishes and all my love to Anne Heche, said Baldwin. She's the bee's knees. Anne Heche slurred her way through a podcast that was posted a day before her crash.
No, wow.
She said she's been downing vodka and wine after being, quote, rocked by very bad days, but doesn't get specific. The 53-year-old actress had shades on throughout the episode of her podcast, Better Together. This is a day before the car accident in Mar Vista. The episode has since been deleted. Still, the actress admitted on the show to heavy boozing and blamed unspecified events for causing her to suffer no good, very bad days. She does her weekly podcast with a PR exec, Heather Duffy. They joked that listeners would have to keep their fingers crossed for them to make it through the recording. And they happen to have a wine sponsor, it looks like.
Oh.
We're sitting here with Refined. We each have a bottle in front of us because our friends sent us Refined. They're a distillery that makes artisanal gin, whiskey, and vodka, among other spirits.
Do they want to take it back now?
Right. And a photo taken minutes before Friday's wreck, Heche is seen in her Mini Cooper with what appears to be a bottle of vodka in the cup holder.
This is very sad.
Yeah.
I understand feeling for her. That is obviously, she's in a place.
On the podcast, yeah, but you're going to look like an asshole if you're one of these Hollywood people, and that's what you put out there publicly.
I don't know why you need to tweet this if you really actually feel for her. This is a real moment of like closeness that you can have.
On the podcast, Duffy joked that a doctor had told them we should be drinking vodka instead of wine. And Heche says, and we listened, before adding, and we're drinking it with wine chasers. Heche, who was slurring so badly that she mispronounced the podcast name, then explained that she was boozing after a very unique day. I don't know what happened. Sometimes days just suck. The house's so here's what happened. Let's see. Later complained about the house's resident. So she crashed into a building's garage, then tried to drive away, obviously speeding again, crashed into somebody's residence, Lynn Michelle. Lynn Michelle says she very narrowly escaped the blaze, lost an entire lifetime of possessions and mementos.
Fuck.
I don't need to then, see Alec Baldwin saying something.
Shit.
Duffy, the podcast co-host, said Heche is in stable condition.
Oh, boy. Well, she's going to have a lot to do when she's out.
It took about 60 firefighters over an hour to put out the fire. Left
What?
the home destroyed.
What part of the house do you crash into? The kitchen? What happened?
These rich people, they have rooms just filled with oil barrels. In New York, we have to use them to hold up tables, but there they just put them out artisanally for fun.
Their house is so cool. It's hot fire. No, but that seems really weird that you can crash into a home and start a fire that takes 60 firefighters to put out.
Yeah.
What's the science on that, Craig?
How come we didn't figure that out looking up, seeing something? How about high-pressure noses? I love you, Anne, Alex said. I love you, and I think you are such a talented person. I hope everything is okay. I hope you come through. My heart goes out to you. I'm sorry you had this tragic thing happen to you. Yeah, I'd hate to see that when my house is burning down. And I'm sending you all my love. Everyone, please join me in sending their support and love to the wonderful Anne Heche. Thanks.
Okay, I'm the victim of her victimhood, whatever it is. I think there's a lot of people involved in this that, are also having a very bad, terrible day.
I think if I was Alex's wife, I'd be like, are you fucking her? And then he's like, are you Spanish? And then they're like, never mind. All right, I'll see you at dinner at 8. Let's not embarrass each other. Anne Heche was involved in the fiery car crash. I left her severely burned. Like I said, it was a Mini Cooper. It was around noon. Bystanders, let's see, noon when she crashed into the garage of an apartment complex. Bystanders tried to help Heche exit the vehicle, but she backed up and drove off instead, crashed into another home. The home she set on fire.
Yikes.
Now, what's this mean? This is from TMZ. Heche's condition prevents doctors from performing any tests to determine if she was driving under the influence of alcohol. Also, maybe she was on fire so much, like for some reason it's bad to give what though? You can give a breathalyzer, but
I don't. It sounds like right now she's in stable condition, but when she came in, they might not have been able to do those tests. Instead, they were trying to just keep her stable.
It sounds like they still know. I mean, how long does that test take? You can
I don't know what
at
the
test
hospital
is as well if you're so drunk.
Right, your urine. Yeah, you have to do a lot of tests before you go into.
You do urine anyway. Yeah. They do urine for fun. They gargle it in the back. It's a handshake to these fucking wackos. Doctors, you call them, but yeah, no, they toss her. They're juggling it. These nurses, they love urine. They love urine play.
I imagine you are connected to a catheter pretty quickly.
Right.
Yeah, you're probably not peeing on your own. Yeah.
They check your pee first. I remember that I was a kid. I almost drowned. They check with the pee first thing. I'm like, what's the pee gonna tell you? How much water got in my lungs?
If there's any chlorine.
They didn't need my pee, these sickos. Ugh. Illuminati's just swimming in all our pisses.
All right.
I'm telling you. Just keep it. I mean, who cares? Let them have it. I don't need it, but just don't act like... I want them to know that we know.
You know what? I want to fight you on this, but it is so funny how much when you go to the doctor or whatever hospital, they are so used to collecting urine that they won't even say anything to you. I don't know if this happens everywhere, but I have had multiple times where someone just gives me a jar and I'm like, do I just guess that I pee in this? I could be wrong. Can you just say, please go pee in? And where, and then they don't tell you where to put it after. So I have peed in it and brought it back to the person who gave it to me. What else do you do? And they're like, no, in the bathroom, there's a place you open that trap door and then you put that in and then somebody picks it up on the other end. I'm like, well, words could have helped. Yeah. I'm holding my own pee.
I'm holding my own pee here. I'm here for bad knees. What the fuck could be? Do you centrifugal force it and then throw it back on me? On my knee? What do you need? You don't need it. You don't need it. They just give it to you. Linda's right. They act like you're supposed to know what to do. First time I ever did one. Embarrassing story. I didn't know what you're supposed to do. I'd take it into the bathroom. I'd fill it up with my blood. They didn't even tell me.
Well, one time I had to go home and come back with poop in a cup.
Yeah.
No. Okay. Obviously, you got to think ahead. First of all, I rode my bike from Queens to Manhattan to hand them this, and it had to be fresh, okay? So you got to time that. And then, so it's in my basket. Now I have fresh poop in my hand, and I'm in a building in New York City. And I have to, somehow ask the right person. And this is a build. You don't always talk, you don't know, you're talking to a network of doctors, which means you're talking to a network of people, as you come in, who are checking you in. And I'm like, I have something to give to the doctor, and I'm just gonna say it. I shit in this bag, and I don't know who to give it to. And suddenly you don't feel like the adult that you are, and you're like, I have health insurance, I figured it out, but there's still shit on my hands, and you want it. Somebody in this building wants it. I'm not sure who.
I handed a bag of shit to the doctor, and the doctor threw it right in the garbage and goes, that was just a power play. That was to humble you. We're going to give you a blood test now. Obviously, that's where things come from. We don't look through shit.
Please don't let this be your new thing that we're just handing in pee for funsies to these people. That is not...
I passed the guy shit in one of these containers. He took it real fast, and then he saw it shit and dropped it. He's like, ooh. And I'm like, what? And he goes, I was hoping it was pee. These guys in pee.
Yeah, right.
What do you want to do when you grow? Study pee? What? Be a doctor? Mm-hmm.
It's Surf Reality back at that open mic where we met 20 years ago or whatever the fuck time is. I saw twice, 2 different people, different weeks at an open mic run out of material and decide to drink their own pee. You would think that it's you know what? I don't know what to do. I'm going to do the thing that nobody does. And it's this was done 2 weeks ago. Right material. Drinking pee.
I just Googled, why do doctors love pee so much? They do. They do. They love it. Things they pretend to find out about: urinary tract infection, diabetes. Sickos. All right, everybody. This Saturday, Silent Trailers. Get your tickets right now. Get them right now. Don't be messing around.
They're backstage passes, but those are limited and for a limited time. Oh, and whoever gets backstage passes for this Saturday gets backstage passes for the live show on Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern. You'll be backstage for the mic check and things like that before we go live.
There you have it.
KeithandGirl.com/tickets. Now you could, by the way,
by the way, when I pee, I think I picture I'm talking to a doctor. I'm like, you don't get this one. And then I flush.
Yeah.
They love it. Tell me, doctor, if you're a doctor and you don't love pee, email me. I'd love to know because I doubt it.